Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Buddies on Buddies, the show with two real life buddies talking about buddy action comedy movies. Once again, I'm Kenny Lane.
I'm Lucas Hill.
Hey, all right, coming at you. Hey, we got something special for you guys this week. We saw a movie new at the theater opening weekend and coming right at you.
And this is a first for Buddies on Buddies, right? We haven't seen an opening weekend movie in theaters. There haven't really been too many buddy action comedy movies.
Mhm.
So this is new. This is new territory.
We watched, I think, Man from Toronto when it came on Netflix like the first week or something. This is the first theatrical release that we think we both saw in the theater. Yeah.
That's wild because I don't remember that movie at all. Um, there's no recall of Manager. But
The nice thing is you always go back to the episode and watch it again and see what you thought of it.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not going to do that. Yeah. So what movie are we doing then? Just to be clear up top.
Well, this week we're doing the 2024 release Bad Boys Ride or Die, aka Bad Boys 4, uh, directed by Adil and Bailail, and starring once again Will Smith and Martin Lawrence.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool we're doing this. Now, before we jump into Bad Boys, what is the title officially? Bad Boys for Life? Or
Ride or Die. Bad Boys for Life was number 3. And we didn't cover 3. I talked to Lucas a little bit. Should we cover 3 first? And he just saw it a couple months ago. Well, why don't you take it from there? Why you didn't want to cover Bad Boys 3?
Well, because I just watched it within the year, separate of this obligation. So I didn't want to rewatch it and then pretend and then also water down my experience for the new Bad Boys. So we skipped it. We skipped one. It's not a big deal.
Not a big deal. We haven't done any threes. We didn't do Lethal Weapon 3, Rush Hour 3. Maybe sometime we could do like 3 threequels. We'll do like, Bad Boys, Rush Hour, and Lethal
Maybe.
Weapon. But
I think
yeah,
that's a great idea, but I'm not
yeah,
on trial here. We're not on trial. We're out
no.
trying to have a good time. We're the bad boys of reviewing buddy action comedies.
We
And I
play by
just want
our
to
own
have a good
rules,
time.
man.
There,
Yeah,
yeah, there are no fucking rules. There's no mandate. The only mandate is
no.
it's got to be buddy, it's got to be
Mhm.
action, it's got to be comedy. We follow that
Yeah,
pretty strictly.
yes.
Now, before we get into Bad Boys Ride or
Mhm.
Die, right? Ride or Die?
Yeah, Ride or Die.
Okay, cool. Is there anything you watched? Because it's been almost a month, right? Since we last did this,
Yeah, it's been a few weeks.
that you want to talk about? And real quick, what are you
Huh?
drinking today?
I am drinking vodka soda.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
I am drinking a renovation, R
Mhm.
W R E innovation. Really cute. It's a
Should
West
we
Coast
really name
style.
the brands if we're not going to be getting paid for it? Like just say I'm drinking a beer.
Okay, Jesus Christ. Fucking
Yeah.
no one's gonna pay us for anything. I was just letting you know what I'm drinking.
Okay. Good job. Have I seen anything lately? I saw Furiosa, kind of the Mad Max, universe movie at the theater. You saw it too, as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I thought it was fucking awesome.
yeah,
Really sad that it's bombing. I keep hoping it has legs and stuff, but no, it just keeps bombing worse and worse and worse. And like sucks
yeah.
because the movie's fucking awesome, and now I don't think we're gonna get another Mad Max from Miller.
At least not that type of budget. Maybe he could go back to his roots and do something like he did. Like, well, part of the reason I liked it too. I wasn't quite as jazzed about it as everybody else, but I did enjoy it. I thought it was a really solid action movie. I really like that George Miller started with these low budget drive-in kind of flick he shot in Australia, and it's just kept building on it. Now it's these huge fucking movies that have all this universe built up and stuff, and I love that. So yeah, I thought it was solid action. I had some like little nitpick kind of things with it, but overall, I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I think it'll age well. I think it's gonna like people are gonna discover it on home video and streaming. I really believe that. I think it was marketing because it marketed even for me. I was like, this looks like a bunch of CGI bullshit. Like what is this?
Mhm.
This isn't Fury Road, which was, as practical as it could at least appear.
Yeah,
But when you actually watch the movie, it's fucking awesome. You don't really notice a lot of the CGI shit. There's some of it naturally. So it's the same with Fury Road, but
yeah. Some of it, I didn't have quite the experience I had with Fury Road though, because it's been so long since a Mad Max movie had come out, and the whole look of Fury Road was unique at the time. I mean, Fury Road came out 9 years ago, but still, it didn't really fight like quite like its own thing like Fury Road did, like 9 years ago.
Yeah, because it's a direct prequel, unique in that way. Because none of the
Mhm.
other Mad Max movies tie into other Mad Max movies in any tangible way. This one is a direct prequel, so that's interesting. Works against it as far as marketability and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
it's just too bad because it's such a fucking awesome movie. And I wish more people saw it in the theaters. Not because I want more, I do want more, but because it was an awesome experience. I thought it was a really cool fucking movie. You
Yeah.
know, that centerpiece action sequence was just like so fucking awesome.
There's a
And
lot of really cool action sequences in that movie. It doesn't really let up that much. But I was going to ask you about the state of what your take on the state of movie theaters is. With all these movies bombing. But did you see anything else besides Furiosa you want to talk about?
probably, but that was the only one I felt like mentioning.
Yeah.
All the other stuff I saw was smaller and stuff. So if there's something you want to talk about, go for it. I'll have to check my
No,
list.
but there you go. Check my Letterboxd, Kayla, you'll love it. Um, well, everyone on the internet's kind of chiming in with all these movies bombing, like Fall Guy and Furiosa. These all should be like big summer movies. And in the past, like there'd be like one or two summer movies that would bomb, but most of them would be solid hits, make some money. What do you think about the state of movie theaters? Is it dying off? Lots of them are getting closed down. Is this just like people, Chicken Little, sky is falling shit? Are they really going away? And if you think so, one way or not, or why? Why do you think that's happening?
No, I don't think they're going away. I mean, I think it's just a transitional period, and anybody who can read the tea leaves, maybe someone's going to be right, but for the most part, we really don't know. I don't think anybody knows. I don't think Hollywood knows. I don't think
Mhm.
the smartest people in Hollywood truly know what's going on. But movies are going to be a big hit. Deadpool's going to kill the movie we're reviewing today. Bad Boys, Ride or Die is doing very well.
Yeah.
And I would argue that Furiosa was always an uphill battle because Mad Max movies don't do well in the box office, and it shouldn't have been put in May, should have been put in March or February. Fall Guy
Mhm.
wasn't very fucking good in my opinion, and also is based off a TV show no one fucking remembers anymore. So it's not like we're rushing out, and it
Yeah.
was all just star powered. I don't know if I seriously don't. I really don't think that there's anything to worry about, and it's
Mm.
ridiculous to think that when every Avatar still makes $2 billion, like, and Venom's gonna make $1 billion. No, I think it's much ado about nothing. It's just a transitional period. We're coming off the strike. We're coming off COVID. It was gonna be a weird time for cinemas anyway, and we're just
Mhm.
seeing the fallout of that. It was, what's the term? The rooster's gonna come home to hatch.
Chicken's coming home to roost, boys. Um, yeah, I get that. I don't think movies themselves are going to be going anywhere. I mean, they've had the death of movies before, like in the 1950s and stuff when TV came out. Oh, movies are gonna fucking be gone soon. And um, yeah, I get it. But there's also a thing like when you see all these big movie theater chains just closing down all across America, and like even
What
today,
change?
like
What are
when
you
I
talking about? What change are you talking about? Are closing down?
big like well like there was like what Harkins and stuff was closing all theirs, and
Harkins
then
was
like
struggling even before the pandemic, so
but
it's
there's
not.
also like big multiplexes in San Fran, Portland, Chicago. There's one every fucking day that says they're closing down these big multiplexes. So there is something going on where I think, and then you look at the box office returns for a lot of these things. I think there is something with people, I don't think, really willing to go out as much as they were back in like the 90s or something when the accessibility to movies wasn't like it is now with these, big widescreen TVs and sound bars and things that, and like Fall Guys going to be already on like, you could pay per view when that was like you had to wait 6 months for it to come on at Blockbuster back in the 90s. So there's a lot more options now. I think they're a little more, yeah, they're not as special as they used to be. It's not a special experience where everyone had to go to the theater to see it if you wanted to see it. You just wait like a month now.
Yeah, I mean, everybody kind of assumed event viewing was coming, and that's what it is. They're big blockbusters. You want to go see the end games and the
Mhm.
avatars in the theaters, but then you have Godzilla minus one destroying the theaters for extended periods. There's always hits. It's not going anywhere. I'm sorry. I know everybody wants it to die. I think theaters are alive and well. They're just going through a transitional period.
All right, but I do remember my boss at Blockbuster Video also saying, like, when they're like, "Hey, have you heard this thing called Netflix?" He was like, "Listen, people are always going to want to go on Friday night, look through the titles. Like, video stores aren't going anywhere."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you also said earlier that people thought it was dying when TVs came out. So I'm getting mixed
Oh yeah.
messages from you.
It could. You never know. Like I said, you also said like just like you can't predict the future, but it is. I feel like people aren't going to the theater as much as they were back in like the '90s and stuff, and I think it's like due to accessibility.
Yeah, you might be right. I mean, I don't think you're saying anything. Anybody,
Well, did you go to the theater to see Bad Boys 4?
I did.
All right. How was the theater packed and stuff?
Well, I went in the middle of the day of Tuesday, so no, it wasn't.
That's the middle-aged guy time to see
There
movies.
was also $5 Tuesdays at the theater. So actually, it was actually more crowded than I was expecting it to be. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
I remember going to see Superman versus Batman at the theater like at 10 a.m. in Santa Monica, and it was like single guys attending, just all middle-aged, like 30-something guys just sitting by themselves.
drop the kids off at school and go check out
Yeah,
Batman versus Superman. Or sorry,
right.
Batman v Superman. Sorry.
Oh yeah. Don't piss off the Snyder Bros.
Before we go, how are you doing? Is there anything new in your life? And then we'll jump into the movie review.
Well, Megan and I are getting a new place. We're moving in this weekend. Kind of excited about that. But other than that, I mean, yeah, it's summertime here. Everything's picking up. Lots of work and stuff. How about you? What's new with you?
Hot season in Tempe, Arizona.
Yeah.
First year here. Scorpions are Mary's obsession. We found one outside. Now she
Okay.
goes out and hunts them with a black light. She won't stop talking
Mhm.
about them. She won't stop researching them.
That's an Oregon gal, man. They're not used to those fucking crazy scorpions, those fucking monsters.
Like no one likes scorpions, but it's the same thing as like when it's raining. Like, boy, it sure is raining. Yeah, we know we're all wet. Okay, like it's hot. Yeah, yeah, we know we're all hot. Okay, no one likes scorpions. They're being brought up, texted. It drives me nuts. But God
Yeah.
love her. It gives her something to do. You know.
There you go. The Scorpion Hunter. Wasn't that The Rock?
No, he's a
Scorpion King.
scorpion.
Never mind. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, life's been fun here. Arizona sucks. Big mistake moving here. Big mistake.
I saw that coming a mile away. I'm like, this is gonna be the worst mistake in your life, Lucas. But what I said was, hey, that sounds awesome. Do it.
Yeah, well, too late now because it's too expensive to move back to LA. So let's move on to Bad Boys, Ride or Die.
Bad boys, ride or die, baby.
Do you want to give us a plot summary?
Oh, well, the bad boys are back yet again, fighting crime yet again. They've got banter, they've got bullets. Oh boy. Here we go again. Bad Boys 4.
That's good copy. That's
Yeah,
right.
you like that?
What did you think of Bad Boys 4? And since it's a newer movie, we should wait until we go into spoiler territory. So normally we do
Well,
movies from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, 90s, and
yeah.
we can just do spoilers. So we might want to avoid spoilers for the first section, just like all the
Um,
other famous YouTube guys do, you know?
okay. Well, spoilers might come, but honestly, it's been a couple of days. I think I've already forgotten most about this movie, so I don't think I'll have a lot to like spoil. Um, what I think in general, well, it delivers the goods as a Bad Boys. But you're a fan of Bad Boys, you're gonna like it. It's got the action. The guys are in it, and it's fine. But when I saw Bad Boys 4 at the theater like 4 years ago, it was the first time you had seen these characters like decades or something. That was part of the fun. Like, oh, hey, they're back. Oh, this is kind of fun, kind of nostalgic, kind of reminiscent. And then this one didn't really have that because it's like a sequel to the last movie basically versus like a new Bad Boys flick after 18 years or something. So I was enjoyed it okay, but yeah, but I wasn't really. I guess I was a little underwhelmed. I guess I wasn't overwhelmed, but I did deliver the goods. What do you think?
I liked it. I think it's a solid Bad Boys entry. I would probably rank
Mhm.
it second in Bad Boys entries. Oh, into the last
Really?
one. Well, I think
Bad Boys 2, then 4, then what? 1 and
I would
3.
do 3, 4, 2, 1.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
You're
a
like
series that's
the
a very
latest Bad Boys movies are better than the Michael Bay ones?
yeah, yeah.
Really?
These directors really know what they're doing. They really get what works about Bad Boys without because like Bad Boys 2 was what, like 2.5 hours long, and it was
Yeah,
like
it's really fucking long.
overloaded, crazy
Yeah.
fucking thing. these guys get in and out. It was a really well paced. Love the movie. I love these directors. They really like love the Bad Boys world and are
Mhm.
expanding on it and doing really cool, interesting things.
Standing on it, I don't know.
Yeah. Like they're introducing new characters and showing new sides to characters we're already familiar with. Like it's a love letter to the first two movies while making them better. So yeah, I think these are better movies and better experiences than the first two Bad Boys.
Well, I think watching Bad Boys 2 again, which I wasn't that hot on when I first saw it, but watching it again, I was like, this movie's fucking wow. They're really going, it's so big and so it's almost got an epic feel to it and stuff. So these feel actually very scaled back from like the Bad Boys 2, Michael Bay stuff. I felt like it seemed like this they're working with a much lower budget, even though it wasn't that much lower. I don't really know, inflation and stuff, but it just seemed like it's going kind of more modest than how the big and epic as Bay was going for.
Yeah, yeah, they're just, and that's what's great is that it's more intimate and they do more with the characters and everything. So yeah, they're better movies. I'm sorry, they're better than
I
movies.
disagree. I don't think so. I think they're fine and they're for Bad Boys fans, but I don't think they have like the feel of the first two.
Well, the first one's not that big of a movie. The first one's just impressive showcase for
But
Michael
makes
Bay.
it feel like a big movie.
Yes. That's why he got these bigger budget movies and franchises. The
Uh-huh.
second one is overbloated, and I like a lot of it, but here's what these guys, they're not as sexist. They're not as
Oh, here we go. All right.
I like a woke director. Now
I know
it's
you do.
really
That's
I
number
like a
one.
woke bad boys.
Yes.
No, but honestly, they really do like delve deeper into these characters in
Hmm.
a surprising way, which we'll get into. Let's just go into spoilers. This is stupid. I want to talk about this movie. And
Can I just say that my preference for a director, I want the most unwoke, racist, sexist, homophobic guy out there. I want him behind the camera, shouting shit, grabbing people's asses. That's what I love. That's what I
well,
want.
you had Michael Bay. You've had him for a lot of movies. That's him. I don't know if he's groped women, but we have to assume. But
I like to believe so. That's all my directors. I want to think that.
all right, moving into spoiler territories, like the 20 people watch this, give
What's
a
there to
shit.
spoil? I don't even get it.
I don't know. If sometimes when I watch YouTube, well, actually, I don't watch anything until after I watch the movie. So it's pretty stupid to me. If you watch a movie, you don't want spoilers. That you're watching a YouTube review
With
channel.
two guys just talk the whole time about it and like, well, I don't spoil it for me. I don't know. Like, sorry, but like, also, what's there to spoil? I mean, like, I had no idea that bad boys were gonna live. Like, what? You think they're both gonna get killed off?
But I really liked Martin Lawrence in this. I
Oh
thought
yeah,
that thing they did with his character, where he goes in the afterlife and sees that they're soulmates and has all this
mhm,
insight into their previous lives and their past lives and connections to each other. I thought that
yeah.
was a great and original comedic perspective to incorporate into something like Bad Boys. I thought
That's
it was
okay.
fucking awesome. And
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I did when I saw Joey Pantoliano, Joey Pants. We love Joey Pants on the credits. I was like, wasn't he killed off in the last one? How are they? Oh, yeah, they really like his stuff was like I liked seeing him, but it felt pretty shoehorned in.
I liked all the jokes about how he used to be his donkey and stuff. Will Smith used to be his donkey. Like
The
that's just
crowd was really digging those
oh
jokes too, by the way.
the crowd was digging. But I really wanted them to go a little further with that. Like they used to be married and stuff and used to make love. Like they should have like in a
I think you
past
should
life.
write some fan fiction, Lucas.
My Bad Boys
My
soulmates
bad
fan
boys, sex fan fiction, turn it into,
Bad Boys 1412. You
yeah,
know.
bad boys beyond.
But I knew they were gonna do that, but it would have been really funny. Uh,
Yeah.
but I like that. I feel like this one leaned more into comedy more than the others. Like
They, it
when
did
he
seem
wants
they were
sugar and
going for jokes.
stuff,
Yeah.
and his tongue's out trying to catch jelly beans, and the red one bounces out, and he gets the licorice one, and it's all
Yeah.
slow motion and weird, and then he's like trying to catch.
Classic bad boys.
It's very weird, but I appreciate the weirdness.
One thing about though, like these movies that I I appreciate their continuity, but also when they bring back characters I completely forgot about, like I forgot that he even had a son and shit from the last one,
Yeah, me
and
too.
all that sort of stuff. I'm glad I appreciate continuity, other than unlike some movies just like just toss it aside, like fuck it, we don't care. But some of it did remind me when I was like, oh, it's that. Was she in the last one? Like I totally forgot. It's almost like the Fast and Furious movies where all of a sudden like who's behind the corner? Oh my god, it's that guy that maybe died in part three. Oh, what a surprise! Like I'm like, why do they? What they think they're gonna get a big reaction? I don't know.
But also, it's only for like the fans or people who are like binge watching these because it really doesn't affect your experience. Like I was like, oh yeah, he did have a son
Oh,
last one, didn't he? I forgot. Did his son die? Oh no, there he is. Okay,
yeah,
what's going? It doesn't matter. And then they catch you up. Like, did you love my mom? She was evil. Whatever. Okay.
right. But sometimes I think they spend way too much time like with the side characters. For last one, like everyone was like, we were all big fans of these side characters that no one even fucking remembers.
I appreciate them fleshing out the world, like the two younger cops they're friends with in this. Like I barely
Mhm.
remember from the last one.
With the now, did the rival? There was a rival duo of cops in the first one. Did they get killed
Uh,
off at some point? Who cares?
I think I get killed off between movies.
Right.
But,
Both overdosed.
murder suicide. Uh,
Yeah.
no, the white guy and the Hispanic woman that are like their
Yeah.
younger rookies they work with. I think they're from the last movie, but I didn't remember them. And I was
As
like,
soon as the senator came on screen, we were like, "Oh, he's gonna be the bad guy." Like with his first like fucking like, "Hello, I'm running for this, and I've got your back." I was like, "Yeah, he's obviously the villain."
yeah, that was a horrible. They could have picked anybody else. Also, they're like, don't trust anybody, and then they start trusting the two younger people, and then the woman. I was like, make one of them the villain. Don't make him the villain. It's just
Yeah.
try a little harder. I like the prison fight. I thought that was pretty cool when he sees them coming for him.
Yeah.
Will Smith's son. It was like
Oh
the
yeah,
really first
that was kind of
violent
cool. Yeah.
fight, and he's using the weights and shit, and it's pretty
Yeah.
gruesome and violent.
It had some good stuff like the plane fight was a good set piece and stuff like that. Yeah, it was okay. I went to the bathroom during Tiffany Haddish's cameo though. I came back. What happened there? Did she say like Megan was like, "Oh, you missed it"?
Oh yeah, she turned on. She acted like they're friends, and then she turned on them. I was trying to
Yeah.
turn them in for the money. She
Mm.
was pretty funny, and then she really thought Will Smith's son was good looking, but then they get away. So it was.
She didn't have any lines or anything.
She had a lot of lines. Yeah, she had. It was a big cameo scene, and
Well, I thought like Megan was like, "Oh, you missed it." She was like, "Eat my blah blah blah" or
oh, yeah,
something
she
like that.
wanted Will Smith to eat her pussy.
Uh huh.
He didn't want.
That's what I was trying to get you to say.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, so she wanted him to eat her pussy, but it
Uh
was
huh.
just she was just fucking with him. She didn't really
Yeah.
want to eat her pussy. I mean, not in that situation. She wanted the $5 million for their bounty. Hey, so I went to this new theater by my house that has like, have you been to these theaters where they like serve you food and they have a waiter and
Oh
stuff?
yeah, they had those in LA like a lot. They've had those major cities for a while. It's part of the gimmick, like 3D. Like, hey, we'll serve you food. Like theaters are trying to incorporate gimmicks to try to get you to come out.
Well, it's like Draft House and stuff like that. So I wouldn't say it's a gimmick. They're pretty successful in like Austin here in LA. But anyway, I went there and I was fine. I like ordered a pint at the
Mm-hmm.
start of the movie, and then I'm good. That's all. I'm
Yeah.
gonna slowly sip that for the next 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But then the guy during the plane climactic scene,
Yeah.
it's like one of the biggest scenes of the movie, probably the centerpiece of the movie.
Yeah.
The guy getting orders from someone else, and he comes by me. And he's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I'm good. Get the fuck out of here!" Wait, like,
Yeah.
talking. I tried. I was an asshole to him, but it was really frustrating. It's like, read the room. It's the big fucking plane thing.
Yeah. Even the guys in the baseball games won't like when someone's a big moment. They won't like, hey, you want some peanuts? Like it's like full count, bottom of the ninth. Like, no, get the fuck out of here.
I thought Martin Lawrence carries this movie
Really?
more than any of the other ones. Yeah, I think he's the funniest. It's more focused on his character and
Uh
his
huh.
shit with a renewed lease on life. It's his family because Will Smith doesn't have a lot to do other than getting married to a block of wood.
Yeah, I forgot she was even in the movies, or was she a character in Bad Boys 3,
I
or I don't
don't
know.
know. I'd
Yeah.
assume. I don't know. So, but I thought he did a good job. He's really weird and really funny. Sometimes I don't know if he's being funny on purpose or if he's just that's just how he talks, you know?
Yeah, he is definitely getting, I don't know, it's something. His face is getting pretty round and he's getting well, I shouldn't really talk. My face is getting round too, but you know, it's also he seems a little slow when I first off I thought he's playing this like he has like a mental deficiency now. Like he's like, "Oh, don't do it, man." You know, like it was just why is he talking like that? What's he doing?
Laurie, I just want a hot dog.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, did he have a stroke between movies? Like, what happened?
But it worked for me this time.
Okay. His shtick was popping for you.
Yeah. Oh, his stick was, oh, it was.
Off the hook. Is this Will Smith's first movie since he smacked Chris Rock?
No,
Or his
he
first
did that.
theatrical
He
one?
did that
Or
slave movie that bombed and no one watched.
which one?
I want to say it was called like Emancipation or something like that, but it bombed horribly and like no one saw.
Huh.
Yeah, see, you don't even remember it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I
a
thought
bad
this was the first movie
timing for
I've
that
seen
movie.
of his since that happened like 2 years ago or something.
It was a bad timing for that movie too. After like, oh yeah, the important slave movie coming out.
Yeah.
After I slapped another black man at a white person's fucking award show.
You know, I bet in LA, I'd sometimes go into different areas to see movies. And I think I kind of miss seeing that. Like, I think I would have really enjoyed this movie a lot more if I had seen it with like a black audience. I think that would have been even more like it would have taken it. You know, I would have been in it more. When it's like 9 or 10 small town white people, I don't think they were that into it as much as those crowds, you know, do. So kind of miss that about living, living in the big city.
Yeah, there were most of the audience I went to, and it wasn't a lot of people, but there were probably 50% black. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, they left like, and I got a kick out of it, like when they calls the white or the albino alligator racist. I got a big
Yeah.
laugh, you know.
I like that one too. And I thought the ending at the alligator farm was, fairly inspired, kind of set piece kind of thing. I kind of like that.
I feel like the finale was just like the last one, like except the last one was on some kind of like mansion or it
Yeah, I don't
was
really even remember the last climax that much. I saw it like 4 years ago when it came out, but I haven't seen it since then.
wasn't it at what the fuck my words, doesn't matter. I thought the albino alligator was stupid just because I hate when they go, there's an albino alligator there. I wonder
Uh-huh.
if we're going to run into it or if a villain might.
Yeah.
It's just so cartoonish. It's some of this stuff is not necessary. And I
Yeah.
hated the antagonist death, the main antagonist.
Oh, he's got shot. Looks like the guy in part two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just built him up so cool. There's oh, I shot through you. Oh, I haven't seen that in a buddy
Did they
movie.
do that in part two? Like the same kind of thing has him hold him, I don't know.
So they've done it. Didn't they do that in 48 hours?
Oh, yeah, they've done a million movies where he has a partner. I've got your partner. Now what you gonna do? They've done that fucking thing a million times.
The mayor guy being bad was weak sauce.
Hmm.
Also, when she's going up to the mayor, her husband or boyfriend or whatever, and
Hmm.
he gets in a plane and flies off with this really nice pilot. They've established he's a pretty nice guy, and then she shoots the plane out of the sky to stop
Yeah.
her mayor slash corrupt husband. She's
Uh-huh.
effectively murdering that pilot. You know,
Oh, I
yeah,
didn't
they
even catch
show him
that. I
survive.
was just rooting on the carnage. I was like, yeah. I didn't even catch that guy was innocent.
Yeah, he's just a normal guy. They do show him like, like when it's crashed, he's alive. But it's like
But he crawls out like, woo, that was close.
you just murdered that guy, and also you can catch your husband later. Like Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. The finale felt like the last one. Did you like the son-in-law going nuts? That's a nice little canon thing.
Now, was that the kid that was the nervous kid at the door at Bad
Yep.
Boys 2?
Yep.
I thought that was. So I guess it's kind of again, but
He was
that
in the
also
last
seems like
one and this one.
it also seems like that fan service stuff. I am not a fan of fan service. I kind of fucking don't like it. I just like no. I just get all that shit out of there.
So what do you want?
I want contempt for the audience constantly.
What do are you looking for? It's the fourth Bad Boys movie.
I know, and I said like it delivers and all that kind of stuff, but I just when they do that kind of shit, like remember that guy from remember Slimer and the other Ghostbusters movie? Remember, Great Balls of Fire and the other Top Gun? We're doing it again. Like I don't know, I don't like that wink wink shit.
I don't think this is wink wink shit. The character's been in 3 of the 4 movies, and
Yeah,
it's not like they just show him and like, oh, he
yeah.
goes on his fucking massive killing spree and shows he's probably more capable than the Bad Boys, and they're
Fine,
watching it
fine,
like,
get him out of there. Let the bad boys be bad boys. Oh, I didn't pay to see him kick ass. I paid to see Martin Lawrence and Will Smith kick ass.
you have such a small. Your mind is a fucking hallway, you know.
Oh, ad hominem attack, I see. Yeah.
At
You're a
Hana,
fucking dumb dummy idiot. So what do you know?
I honestly, it's pity, you know.
Really?
Yeah, because you're smart enough, you're funny enough that you could live in a ballroom of appreciation and imagination. Yet you stay in your hallway.
Yeah, you're really getting the point across with your fucking vague bullshit. Good job.
There you go. There you go.
The Answer to Life by Lucas Hill.
No answer to life.
Yeah.
Life isn't a problem to be answered, Kenny.
All right. You have anything last thoughts on? You have a lot of notes for Bad Boys 4. I didn't take any notes because I knew I didn't need them for fucking Bad Boys 4.
Yeah, well, that shows with this quality of this episode.
Were you writing them down in the theater like with a light pen? Like, what is this?
No, I wrote them 2 days later, right an hour before they started.
Go to a dark place and sit there and think and like, what do I have to say about Bad Boys 4?
I went and walked under trees.
Wind chimes.
Take out my typewriter.
Yeah. As I walked into the theater, thoughts flooded me.
I will say it's impressive because this series is just called Bad Boys. It's not called Miami Boys, but it's impressive that it stayed in Miami for all 4 movies for the most part.
Yeah.
And hasn't felt the need to like, hey, let's take the Bad Boys to Vegas or let's take the Bad Boys to New York.
Global.
The Bad Boys
yeah.
Like, no, we're staying Miami every time.
Yeah.
You could argue they're not the most fresh installment. They still
I
manage
like
to attract audiences and people still love them and telling somewhat different stories.
Maybe they can just say, well, hey, we still use the same B-roll. We got all these establishing shots. Let's just keep fucking using them.
And also one of the funniest parts of the movie to me was when Will Smith's all distraught because they have his new wife.
Uh-huh.
And it's right before the big climax in the 3rd act. And Lawrence comes up to him and he's like, bad boys, bad boys. It was like, don't do that. And then it really slows like, what you could do? Like in the soundtrack,
Oh, like the haunting slow cover, like these in trailers and shit. Well, and also Reba McEntire does a cover of the Bad Boys theme too. Like a little ways in. That's kind of a fun little thing. Even though that whole scene was just didn't really work for me with the 2 guys. Of like, wait a minute, are those my clothes? Like they didn't realize that immediately. Like,
well, do you know how grounded that scene is? I don't know if you remember Bad Boys 2.
Oh yeah, it's very grounded compared to the opening of Bad Boys 2 with what's his name?
What the fuck are you doing to me here?
Yeah, I got my rights. What's his name? Michael Shannon.
I was really hoping Michael Shannon would show up, but I couldn't remember if he died or not. But
see, I think here's our difference in our opinion of the Bad Boys movie. You like the Bad Boys movie when they're more grounded, focused. I like them when they're more completely out of control and insane.
Yeah, I think the difference is I like character-driven stuff and emotion. And I think the 2 newest ones really focus on character and emotion. Whereas the first 2 are plow, 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 plow.
Uh-huh.
And
well,
dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. I'm not going to argue with that. Yeah, I don't like character or emotion. I don't. So
I don't have character or
nail emotion. On the head, Lucas. That one you got.
When's the last time you cried, Kenny?
Not since I was a kid.
Like what's a kid? Like 20s? Because we're old enough.
9? I don't know.
9?
Yeah.
Do you remember what made you cry the last time you cried?
Yeah, I slammed my thumb in a door. I was like 9. It was a car door. I was with my dad. Yeah. And he's like, "Stop crying, you fucking baby." Like, okay.
And I haven't
I
cried.
took that advice very seriously.
All right. So what did you think of Bad Boys Ride or Die?
When I start, you know what? Like, I wasn't underwhelmed. I wasn't overwhelmed, I guess. So, and I think it's a solid. I think it delivers the goods. I think, yeah, for a fourth movie, I'd see Bad Boys 5. I'll give it like three, 3.5. I'll give 3.5.
Yeah, I think that's the main point. Like, I will be there for the next one.
Sure. Yeah.
Fourth movie. I'm not tired of it yet. I'll watch another one.
Yeah. It's not like Expendables or Fast and Furious where I'm just like, I guess I'll watch it, even though I never liked any of them. Like, it's more compelling than those movies.
Yeah, and I think it's moving at a decent trajectory. Yeah, I give it 3.5 too. 3.5
Yeah.
as a buddy action comedy, and 3.5 as a movie. I think it succeeds at what it's trying to do,
Yeah.
and it succeeds at the movie it's trying to be. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
a solid movie. I'm glad I went to see it. I enjoyed it.
Mhm.
What are we doing next time? Because we're gonna do.
Yeah. It's a big summer for buddy action comedies at the movies.
Yeah, it's very very rare. We're gonna do Deadpool and Wolverine. We're gonna try to do
Mhm.
that. Like, I'd like to try to see that opening night and do this on the
If it
next
works,
day.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it works out, we'll do like this or do the same week or something. But Lucas sent me a request. He was like, "Hey, let's do Pure Luck starring Martin Short and Danny Glover." I haven't seen this movie since I was a kid. I remember it not being that good, but you want to explain why you wanted to pick Pure Luck?
Yeah, there's Cinefix or whatever. I think IGN owns them now, but they randomly did a video of their top buddy comedy or buddy action movies yesterday. And it's like a
Yeah,
half-hour video on YouTube. And this was their second one. And when I got to their top two, when I
yeah,
got to it, I was like, I couldn't believe, so I like skipped it because I didn't want to see anything on it. I was like, I
hmm
want to watch this and then rewatch why the fuck they would think Pure Luck is the second best. I haven't seen this since I was a kid either. So
Well, I thought it was gonna be one of those countdowns where they're like, they get to right before the number one, they go, "But there's been plenty of terrible ones." And they show a clip like, no, are they really ranking that number two? So I guess we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I guess.
Kenny thinks it's AI. I don't think it's AI because these
I
guys
think
been.
a lot of those like things are AI now, but whatever. They could be, if it's not, they easily could be because they're just such cut and paste jobs. Whatever.
No, they have really good insight, deep cuts in the film. They know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Very insightful. Very thought provoking.
Have you watched any of their other videos? What are you talking about?
Which website are you talking about?
Cinefix.
Or which channel?
I literally sent you the
What
video.
was it called? Cine something?
Cinefix or something or Cineflix.
I might have, but they all kind of run together. They're all kind of the same thing.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So, Lucas, what do you think about trans women in men's sports? Your take.
What do you mean trans women? Are you talking about?
Oh, wait, no, trans men in yeah, in men's or trans men in women's sports. Sorry, I get like it all confused.
What do I think about it?
Yeah,
No,
what's your thoughts? You pro, you anti? What do you think?
why would I have an opinion on something like that?
Because it's a big news story and people talk about it. You just not want to talk about it. You're scared.
Well, I'm not a professional athlete. I don't know what it means to compete like that. I'm not trans. I don't know what it's like to exist like that. I'd assume it's very challenging because it's challenging to exist as a white cis male. So why would I step on any type of flat platform and form an opinion? Why? What do you think?
You're not gonna cut me off.
The platform's yours,
No.
my friend.
Well, people might be surprised about this take, but I realize that the female athletes competing might be, not too hot on a trans woman, competing against them and maybe possibly winning. But I am 100% for it. I love it.